Hi, this is Marguerite with a quick share of a collage journal, or junk journal as some people call them. Like many of you, I have a ton of scraps, paper scraps, left over from other projects or things that I just set aside, and I, of course, want to use them as best as I can. I keep a lot of my scraps in a little accordion folder. So I just have a bunch of pieces of odds and ends. And also I keep things from paper pads, pieces of stuff from paper pads, and don't want to throw them away. So what do you do with them? Well, put them into a small journal, make a small journal. What I did was I got this journal from Target in the dollar bin. They have these nice, very plain journals, no lines inside, gender neutral, which is what I like. And I tore out a bunch of pages because once you start putting stuff in, it gets kind of thick. So you keep a page, then tear out 3 pages, keep a page, tear out another 3, or sometimes you might even need to tear out more depending on what you're gluing in, if it gets too thick. So here's what I did. Washi tape on all of the seams because the pages will probably fall out once it gets thicker. And then I started quickly putting pages or pieces of scraps in. And I say quickly because that was kind of my whole exercise. I wanted to not think about so much what I was doing and just do it without taking 45 minutes to do a page layout, which is typical for me. I wanted to kind of get into the habit of not overthinking about things and just do it. So I used some stamps, I used pieces from magazines, I used paper pad pieces, and whatever else I had, stickers, things like that. This is an envelope page. This is from a catalog where you order stamps. They have some really, really nice images and illustrations that I cut out of that. Then, pieces from clothing stores or whatever. A lot of washi tape also. Receipts, I really like to hold on. Not that I hold on to them, but there's always a ton of receipts lying around the house that I use from time to time. Also scraps from my children, things that they make for me. Pieces of book. Again, this was from another project that I had extra. I didn't throw it away. I just kept a small piece of it. And then stamping all the way through. This was an envelope. I just put the glued or taped the whole thing in. I like double-sided tape a lot. I prefer it over glue because glue tends to warp. Here's another project that I did, and I used glue on everything, and I noticed that, here, like for example this, you can see, the pages just warp, and unless you can press them and get them to go straight again, they just won't. So with double-sided tape, this does not happen, and that's why I really prefer double-sided tape. Double-sided tape can be expensive, but I have found from Daiso, the Japanese, kind of like Japanese 99-cent store, so Daiso stores, we have them here in California. They will sell you double-sided tape for $1.50 a roll, and it's quite a big roll. And they have, of course, all different sizes. So that's what I use, and it just works really well. I've got a ton of pages here, and when I use double-sided tape, it does not get as outrageously big as it does if you use glue. So anyway, where was I? This one? Yeah, this one. Yep, just some paint chips, pieces of watercolor paper, anything that is torn out in a shape. This is from Ephemera's Vintage Garden. I have a whole bunch of stuff cut out from her. Stencils, this is just an old stencil that I did, and again, from another project I never used. Magazines, I like gardening magazines, so I do keep those from time to time. This is from an old calendar journal, and a bunch of receipts again. Washi tape on, as I said, on every single spine center. Another envelope. Lots of artwork from the kids, which is really fun. Here my daughter took a receipt and just colored it all in. Something else my daughter made. Once she discovers my art supplies, you know, she really gets into it too, so that's fun. This is old newspaper. 1978. LA Times. This is another envelope, just half. Sticky, another Trader Joe's sticker, piece of map. Something doodled, I guess. Some coaster. Stickers. I just, you know, just grabbed stickers. This page is really, really fun. I like this one because it's got a ton of layers in it. And has a receipt from my husband's trip to Japan. Whatever. I got so much stuff from just lying around the house. We're doing a kind of a remodel for some windows, and this is just some specs from that. More art from the kids, more stamping. This is a stencil over two pieces that are side by side. I don't know if you can see that stenciling. It's really, really light. I wanted to make it really faint. Here's again from that catalog, stamp catalog. And then just pieces of torn out magazine, another old from a project, some sheet music. And I think that's it. I've got, you know, a couple more blank pages I still need to do, maybe about four or five more, but yes, this has been good. It's taken me about 2 days to do it. Meaning I do, you know, about 6 or 7 pages in a day, and they go fairly quickly, which is unusual for me because I take a long time to think about what I'm doing, and you know, I overthink, definitely overthink. So this is a good way to use up a lot of scraps. So hope that inspires you to use up some of yours. Thanks. Bye.